1998, and in 2009, the Chernobyl NPP was named by Forbes the most exotic place for tourism on Earth. The zone is visited by more than 70,000 people from 93 countries every year. In this episode, we're going to tell you about some eerie and, at the same time, incredible places that attract tourists from all over the world, as well as some places where no tourist and even no man at all has ever set foot. Number 1. Luzerny Azur Swimming Pool. This indoor swimming pool is situated in the ghost town of Pripyat on Sportivnaya Street. It's quite difficult to find your way to Luzerny without a guide, as the street has turned into an impenetrable jungle. It's hard to believe that the facility, now overgrown and destroyed by time, used to be a part of the town inhabitants' peaceful, carefree lives. The swimming pool was built in 1970 and was very well equipped for a small town with a population of 50,000. Luzerny's uniqueness lies in the fact that it was operated for 12 years after the accident. Its territory was believed to be the cleanest place in the exclusion zone. There were 5 swim lanes for the nuclear plant workers and the accident liquidators to work out and relax. The swimming pool was closed only after the liquidation works at the Chernobyl NPP were stopped. This monument of tragedy has become a legend. Luzerny is featured in several movies and is a location in a few popular computer games. Number 2. The Cooling Pond. The artificial reservoir intended for cooling of power units number 1 and number 2 was constructed in 1976 on the right bank of the Pripyat River. Its area initially amounted to 12.7 square kilometers. When power units number 3 and 4 launched, the pond basin was expanded to 22.9 square kilometers, which is approximately as large as 3,000 football fields.
Soccer.
The pond was contaminated with fragments of the reactor and radioactive dust at the moment of the explosion. Therefore, in 2014, it was decided to lower the level of water in order to clean it from the radioactive fragments. The loss of water resulted in the cooling reservoir dividing into several lakes, where a unique ecosystem developed due to the presence of radionuclides in the bottom sediments. The research laboratory Ecot Center was opened at the premises of a fishery. Scientists from all over the world conduct research here on the influence of radiation on the flora and fauna. During the warm months, the cooling reservoir attracts numerous tourists with the opportunity to feed the huge catfish. Their size is believed to have been influenced by radiation, but in actual fact, the stories of mutants living in the pond are just a myth. Contaminated animals die fast and produce offspring, and the catfish can only reach giant size due to the ban on catching them. The Eco Center station workers' greatest pride is their pet catfish named Gosha, who loves being stroked and fed by hand. The Discovery Channel became interested in the stories of radioactive catfish as well. One of the River Monsters episodes was filmed in the exclusion zone in 2012, where the show host Jeremy Wade was able to catch a Chernobyl catfish. Number 3. The Red Forest. No one knows how large the Chernobyl exclusion zone could have become if not for the pine forest standing in the way of the radioactive dust. It was at their expense that the pines held up tens of tons of deadly substances emitted into the air by the nuclear fire. The high radiation dose colored the pine needles brownish red, hence the name Red Forest. According to the liquidators, at nights they often saw the dead trees glow in the dark. The pines burnt into cold radioactive flame absorbed a radiation dose of 5,000 to 10,000 rads, and 202 square kilometers of thick woods turned into a radioactive waste burial site. Due to the high contamination level, the Red Forest was cut down and buried in the soil in 1986 to 1988. The work should have been performed with the use of specialized engineer tanks and lead-coated bulldozers, but as the workers were not aware of the contamination hazard, they often cut down the trees by hand with practically no protective gear on. In spite of this fact, 500 hectares of the affected area have already been restored. There are serious fires occurring in the territory all the time, but the district is still believed to be the world's most contaminated site. Number 4. The Duga 1 Radio Location Station. There's a futuristic structure towering over the deserted military town of Chernobyl, too. The Duga 1 over-the-horizon radio location station can be seen from any point in the exclusion zone. The metal structure is 150 meters high and 460 meters long. In spite of that, the facility was not marked on a single map and was believed to be the most top secret place both in Chernobyl and in the entire Soviet Union. Brought into service on July 4th, 1976, Duga 1 didn't remain a mystery for the other countries for long, as the installation produced continuous radio interference all over the world. Slight knocking could be heard even in common radio sets, for which reason the station was nicknamed the Russian Woodpecker. The construction of the mega panel required 280,000 tons of metal. The total amount of expenses was about 7 billion Soviet rubles. There were different theories regarding the purpose of the Russian Woodpecker. The U.S. Department of Defense for a long time believed that the installation was an experimental weapon of the USSR, and the enormous dimensions of Duga 1 and the 10 pulses transmitted per
This is my favorite part, these little crispy bits.
Philip?
I really get many meals in a row. Oh my.
Light up your new year with a top-rated Cadillac, or choose the most awarded automotive luxury brand for initial quality according to J.D. Power on 2020 models, or shine your brightest with an iconic Cadillac SUV or sedan.
Good.
And make every drive a celebration.
GM employees and eligible family members of the current eligible GM lease get this.
per second scared people. The powerful radar of the Missile Launch Detection System was seriously considered as a psychotronic weapon or a weather manipulation installation. Nowadays, this is popular among tourists as well as among hunters. Hunters, in their turn, use the antenna as a sightseeing platform, and some fans of extreme sports even use it for bungee jumping. Number 5. Radioactive Machines Graveyard. All kinds of machines were used to recognize the consequences of the accident at the Chernobyl NPP. The machines exposed to radioactive contamination had to undergo specialized sanitary treatment all the time. There was a kind of a washing plant located on the outskirts of the Rosoka village, the 416 inhabitants of which had been evacuated on May 7th, 1986. After the end of the liquidation work, the Rosoka site became a graveyard for 1,350 pieces of radioactive equipment. 50 acres of land had 10 heavy helicopters, Mi-8 and Mi-6, engineer tanks, armored personnel carriers, chemical reconnaissance vehicles, fire trucks and ambulance cars, robotized bulldozers, excavators, and evacuation buses awaiting their fate. The total value of the equipment stored there was about $46 million worth back in 1986. The Rosoka site was officially closed down in the end of 2012. The machines with the most intensive background radiation were transferred to the Buryakovka radioactive waste burial site located in the 10-kilometer zone. The burial ground has 30 trenches intended for burying solid, non-combustible waste and designed to last for up to 300 years. Slightly or moderately contaminated machines were disposed of or cut for scrap. According to some data, there are not only the 1,145 containers with radioactive waste buried in the Pioneer Wall of the old sarcophagus, but also some extremely hazardous pieces of equipment. By the way, the Rosoka site became the prototype of the junkyard location in the Stalker computer game. Number 6. The Volkov Air Defense Missile System. This quiet nook is rarely visited by tourists. There's not a single road that would lead to the small military unit in the thick woods. The Volkov Air Defense Missile System is located in the 10-kilometer exclusion zone. The top-secret facility was put into service in 1962 and served for air attack protection for the Chernobyl NPP and Duga 1, so there's little information available about it. Volkov can hit targets moving at 1,430 miles per hour and is still used in a number of countries. The barracks, remnants of the transport and load vehicles, the garages, the large missile bunker, the platforms for missile systems, and the air raid shelter still remain in the territory of the abandoned military unit. The equipment was evacuated immediately after the accident. The Volkov system also became the prototype of the Jupiter plant vicinity location in the Stalker computer game. Number 7. Medical Sanitary Unit number 126 in Pripyat. The first injured people were brought to the Medical Sanitary Unit number 126 in Pripyat 3 hours after the accident at the 4th Power Unit. 6 firefighters and 22 nuclear power plant employees stayed at the hospital complex for less than a day and were urgently transported to Kiev and then Radiological Clinic number 6 in Moscow.
Yeah.
But the most horrible place is not the abandoned operating room or the maternity ward with baby cribs,
Basement.
but the small basement with a narrow corridor about 60 to 70 meters long and several rooms of 10 to 15 square meters in area. The contaminated clothes, footwear, and bed linen of the first accident victims were thrown into those rooms. In one of the rooms, deep within the basement, there's the famous firefighter's boot that radiates more than 30 milliroentgen, which is 1,000 times higher than the permissible level. The medical sanitary unit itself is open for tourists, but it is strictly prohibited to enter the basement. The guides keep mum about the facility in order to not arouse unwanted interest in the dangerous place. But photos and videos of the basement appeared on the internet anyway, posted by hunters. Illegal visitors rushed into the medical sanitary unit for an adrenaline rush and hoping to find scary artifacts. The main entrance to the basement was buried under tons of sand in 2016, but that doesn't stop the thrill seekers either. There are beaten paths in the sand already, as well as near the basement window. Number 8. The Polsey Hotel. The roof of the famous Polsey Hotel commands a view of the town where nature's getting the upper hand in the war against radiation. Despite the dense vegetation, Pripyat still retains its appearance of a Soviet town of the late 1980s. The hotel itself was built in 1970 for the guests of the town and the visitors of the nuclear power plant. The energetic community center was built next to the building, alongside with the amusement park that was never open. As the hotel was centrally placed and had a direct view over the Chernobyl NPP, Polsey was chosen to accommodate the command center coordinating the operation of the helicopters during the rectification of the accident's consequences. The dosimetric control station was also positioned in the hotel building, and the rooms were occupied by the liquidators. The building was abandoned afterwards, and the legendary roof became a must-see place. There's a birch tree now in the place of the command center as a symbol of the life being revived. The furnishings are partially preserved in many of the rooms, and there are the famous Hiroshima shadows graffiti painted on the building itself. Nowadays, the emergency state of the hotel doesn't let the tourists ascend to the viewing platform, and it is officially prohibited to enter the building. Number 9. The Amusement Park. The Pripyat amusement park.
Is it true that they tried to open this up in May?
The broken swing boats, the merry-go-round
Yes,
with the
yeah.
collapsed hobby horses, the bumper cars ride with the cars overgrown with moss makes the landscape really look post-apocalyptic. But the greatest attraction for the visitors is the rusty Ferris wheel. The authorities are planning to close the park to visitors before too long due to the risk of its collapse. Unfortunately, the inhabitants of Pripyat did not get a chance to enjoy the festive atmosphere of the amusement park. It was to be opened for the first time on May 1st, 1986. The Chernobyl accident happened on April 26th, just 4 days prior to the opening date. Number 10. The Elephant's Foot. At the moment of the thermal explosion at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant, the temperature in the accident area reached as high as 2,500 to 2,700 degrees Celsius. The things that happened in the burning reactor can only be seen in post-apocalyptic movies. The scorching hot lava of nuclear fuel burnt through everything in its way. Moving at a speed of 30 centimeters per hour, the deadly river flowed out of the reactor cavity into sub-reactor room number 305. Absorbing the melted metal structures, concrete, and graphite, the flow followed corridor number 217 and made it to the suppression pool where the radioactive lava streamed down the wall, forming a bizarre mass, and froze forever. The burl was nicknamed the Elephant's Foot for its shape. The agglomeration of corium was discovered by the expedition from the Kurchatov Institute of Atomic Energy only in December 1986. The scientists feared that the scorching hot fuel could permeate through the soil, and it was also necessary to assess how much toxic substances still remained in the destroyed reactor. At the moment when it was discovered, the Elephant's Foot emitted a lethal dose of radiation. It was too dangerous to enter the room. The researchers used a toy horse on wheels with a dosimeter attached to it to perform the measurements. The instruments read off scale, some of them were off the charts, and the congealed mass emitted more than 10,000 roentgens per hour. To take a sample of the substance was a hard task as well. Electric drills mounted on self-propelled carriers were not able to drill a hole and often became disabled due to the extremely high level of radiation. In order to obtain a sample of the material, it was decided to shoot the elephant's foot with an assault rifle. The operation was performed by an experienced sniper, Captain Sirocco, and recorded on video. The frames from the film were then used in a BBC movie. The obtained samples confirmed that the stalactite was composed of 10% uranium, zirconium, a whole package of nuclear fuel radionuclides, molten silicon dioxide, and some other chemicals. The corium was named Chernobylite. The weight of the Earth's most toxic waste is approximately 11 tons. The area of its base is 1.7 meters squared. The stalactite is about 3 meters high. The scientists believe that the elephant's foot is going to emit radiation for many centuries to come. Number 11, the bridge. The Chernobyl exclusion zone is popular both with the computer game developers, movie producers, photographers, and with the authors of all sorts of myths. There are the deserted towns and villages of the exclusion zone, the roads thickly grown with high grass and trees, the abandoned houses overgrown with moss, the rusty vehicles, and among these there are herds of wild horses, large groups of boars, and solitary proud moose. The dead zone is full of life, in actual fact, and heats the imagination. Nature has escaped the concrete captivity here and exists in its pristine form. But in order to see this peculiar mixture, one would have to cross the legendary bridge on the way to Pripyat. Guides often tell the story where the curious town inhabitants stood on the bridge watching the 1 kilometer high pillar of fire shooting up from the 4th power unit. Many of them died within a few days after such a toxic site. Due to this myth, it was nicknamed the Bridge of Death. The structure is situated over the railroad tracks on the Chernobyl-Lelev-Kopachi Highway.
Well, that's a rumor. Isn't it classified? Isn't this like some kind of rumor? I heard like a rumor. It is.
The town and the Chernobyl NPP are really well within view from this spot, but the Bridge of Death was guarded by militia squads on the night when the reactor exploded, therefore this story is not true. Despite all the horrible consequences, the Chernobyl accident put an end to the superpowers' nuclear confrontation and made the countries combine their efforts to fight against the consequences of the explosion. The construction of the sarcophagus that covered the power unit helped prevent further release of radiation. The shelter was built in 206 days. Its service life is only 40 years. Therefore, the construction of a new sarcophagus was started in 2007. The new shelter encased the 4th power unit securely and covered the old sarcophagus. The new sarcophagus is 110 meters high, higher than the Statue of Liberty in New York. The structure is 165 meters long and 257 meters wide, and the weight of the ark is 36,200 tons, making the new sarcophagus the Earth's largest movable above-ground structure. According to the design engineers, the new shelter will serve for more than 100 years, giving us and our descendants enough time to decide how to dispose of all the radioactive products. Well, that's all for now. We hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching.
Okay, so after this is over, I'm gonna play some city game or something. I don't know. I like watching these old TV shows. I like watching these old.
Still got fuel to work with, not just
I like these older.
with the cell that's
I watch these old weather reports because they're pretty cool, especially the older.
Thunderstorms that are now into our Kentucky counties as well. You're starting to see this is that camera that we have great.
I'm from watching the ones where the
audio and the.
I watch a lot of these because they're pretty cool.
I just popped my head outside to take a look and read. It's just an incredible light show that's going on to the west, looking towards Dixon and Cheatham County. And what's very relevant about the lightning that we're seeing is this is indicating that there is a lot of energy. And Bree, we're about to get a tornado warning for Davidson County. Just came out.
I like watching these old TV shows, guys. These old TV warnings, because back in the '80s it was cool, and now today it's modern. The modern ones are cool too. I just like the older ones.
So this is for the southern flank of this. Again, we've seen
Blueberry Hill,
structure with these
Berry Hill, Nashville
tonight. So the larger purple that you see on the
Henderville, Mount Juliet.
Hail. That's the hail signature, very heavy rain, but it's this little appendage that sort of drops.
Not much has changed. The flashing used to be flashing up, but the flashing purple is high winds.
that's where you likely have some inflow occurring.
So that's pretty
That's where
cool.
we likely have some rotation, and this is moving due west towards Nashville. So it's right on top of I-40, moving very quickly to the east. You said 45 miles per hour
to the east.
Let's put a storm track on this. Short version is it's going to be here real fast, and so you need to be in that lowest, most interior room.
John C. Turn,
Airport. That's where
Nashville, Delwood,
takes off from.
Bordeaux.
Cumberland Heights in the 12:44 time frame. Nashville, 12:46. That's 10 minutes tops. So a closer evaluation of what this storm is doing.
Now they turn. Now it's been
A little bit of a contamination here because of the hail signature. Back this out just
the
a little
person.
bit.
The radars went fast, but now they turned down the radar a little. I mean, they actually speed the radar. See, they had to speed the radar up. Spirit usually goes from speed, but when it's bigger, when it comes, they can turn it up if they go faster. And that's what does, I think.
The station, actually, the lights are flickering. So it looks like we're taking a little bit of a power hit here at News Channel 5. Don't worry, we're still with you. But it speaks to...
Sirens are going off.
Storms, you know, sirens going off in downtown Nashville as the storm moves closer to. So here's
Jury
a
power.
broader picture. That storm, the greatest area of concern, just coming out of Cheatham County into western side of Davidson County. You're seeing the lightning strikes in the back there. We continue to have the electricity flicker here at News Channel 5. It was difficult to tell from that video if those were just lightning strikes or potentially power flashes in the distance. If they were power flashes, that is even more concerning that we have a possible tornado on the ground in western parts of Davidson County, moving very quickly into one of our more densely populated areas. So as far as where the concern is for this rotation, it is up near the Charlotte Park area.
If we got rotation or something, I know about it because the radars go off.
Near Cockrell Bend, where you see these purples and these greens starting to come together. That's where we've got some significant rotation moving towards the Bordeaux
I
area.
got videos to upload. More videos to upload later, guys.
There's a tunnel cloud that I just saw looking to the west from our back door.
There's a car.
Okay, so that's what we
Stop
can
middle of the
see
road.
towards downtown. So to give you some
Let's keep an eye on
perspective,
this.
we are near First Tennessee Park, and where that rotation is moving just into the northern parts of the metro area. Confirmed tornado in Davidson County, funnel cloud seen from our back door. This is as real as it gets. We've already seen what appears to be some power flashes in the distance from some of our Skynet cameras. Observed tornado. The damage threat is considerable. The hail threat is 1.25 inches. This is moving through Davidson County. Again, you can hear the tornado sirens sounding downtown right now. This is moving more on the northern flank of downtown. So to give you some perspective of where this threat is, and it's looking even more impressive.
Well, that's power flash.
I'm going to hop over. I still want to stay with the Skynet camera, but I also want to show folks where this is. So downtown, here's Interstate 24. Here's the 65-24 split. So I'm looking due west here.
Ooh.
So you see this is where...
when was this filmed?
Comes into downtown.
This was filmed almost about 11 months ago. Or 10 months ago. What I don't know, guys. Watch this in a second.
Mostly cloudy. It's on 0. Highs 15 to 20. Wind chills 5 below to 5 above 0. Saturday night. below to 4 above zero. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of snow showers. Lows near zero. Wind chills 2 below to 12 below zero. Monday, mostly cloudy with a 20% chance of snow showers. Highs around 10. Wind chills 2 below to 12 below zero. Monday night, mostly cloudy. A 20% chance of snow showers.
What's good right now? Yeah, guys, I have 2 other radios, so if we have any problems, you know about it before anyone else does. And if we get a weather report, I usually break it. I usually do a weather report until further notice. You know that. So I do stuff around here. If we get under our weather service, I automatically, if I got power, I automatically report it live on YouTube.
It connects with Interstate 64. It's this right here. So just to the west of downtown, this will likely track through the northern portion of downtown, impacting
power lines.
Where that 65-24 split is, where Ellington starts.
Like I said, if we have anything,
If you guys can hear me, I do not have IFB, but I'm out here in the back with Dan. He has got Live View 2 up, and we are looking in the direction of the funnel where we get lightning flashes, lightning strikes. We are able to see this. Again, I'm not able to hear you guys right now. Hopefully you can hear me, but I'm with photojournalist Dan Blummel. We are looking in a westerly direction from the back parking lot. He's with Live View 2. And we have got the actual outline.
live YouTube.
What has been confirmed as a tornado, the funnel that we can see, folks. This is in Davidson County right now. We've been getting power flashes out here as well at times. The lights flickering. So please, you need to head to your safe place. It is well. Direction perfect. We are continuing to monitor that very closely. Wind in the distance starting to pick up. So Dan,
power's out.
Bring you back. We will end up coming back in the inside, back inside Channel 5. So just kind of bear with me here. But folks, you are watching live. This is News Channel 5. I'm meteorologist Henry Rothenberg. I'm with meteorologist Bree Smith, photojournalist Dan Blummel with me. And Dan, you're ready to push back. We're starting. We felt the calm before the storm. We're hearing the wind. It is indeed heading towards Channel 5. Taking a few steps back.
Dan, I think he must lost his feed. This is about 10.
Inside, get inside, folks. This is moving by the Channel 5 area as we speak. This is moving by News Channel 5. Dan, are you getting this right now? Good. All right, folks, you need to head to your safe place. This tornado is on the ground. It is moving right by Channel 5 as we are getting close to a TV station. This is a tornado. Power flashes around First Tennessee Park right now. This is Live View 2 as this moves through the parking lot
Live View
of
2.
Channel 5. This is a direct hit. This is the inside of the tornado right now. If you are with Dan Blummel and I, this is the tornado.
Station's gonna hit
Channel 5 as we speak.
Okay.
Right now,
Henry,
the tornado
Henry?
on the ground. It is
Henry?
hitting Channel 5. It is hitting our TV station at this time, moving through our parking lot as it is now sliding through the area. A very large tornado.
They have no power.
The area, very wide tornado base right now. As Dan Blummel and I continue at a safe distance, but we've seen a number of power flashes with this.
The sure has no power.
Tornado right now as we continue to watch it. And of course, it continues to slide off to the east. You need to be in your safe place right now. This is on the ground. If you can still hear me, you just witnessed live as Channel 5 was directly hit by a tornado, which would be the second time in station history
we've
been hit.
That's right. So we have lost power to our lights in the studio. Everyone is okay here at News Channel 5. But we want to give some location information specific.
So you guys, all right, you lost it. We've got a backup generator out here. So we are downtown on James Robinson Parkway. We are across from the Capitol. This tornado at this time is going in an easterly direction. It just moved directly east across News Channel 5, as witnessed by Dan and I. I'm not sure if we kept our on-air signal,
Midnight,
which Dan was able to record through Live View 2
We
in the
are
back.
We are still on the air, but to give folks some sense of the location. So this is north of downtown. This is on the
L
north
and C.
side of downtown. So we are just north of Broadway. It's closer to First Horizon Park, what was First Tennessee Park. The greatest concern for rotation now, crossing the interstate. We have lost lights in the studio, but we still have access to the maps, and I want to show you where
Wow.
this confirmed tornado
And this is
is.
midnight.
Now, crossed downtown, it is moving into the East Nashville area. This is an eerily similar path to the tornado that impacted downtown Nashville that hit News Channel 5 in 1998 and continues to move towards the east. So zooming in with this mapping to give you some perspective, there's downtown. You see Interstate 24. The center of circulation likely passed just north of Nissan Stadium. You can see some of the light in the background there. You can see some of that heavy rain coming through. All right, this is right near Ellington Parkway. This is over near the Pharmacy Restaurant. This is moving into East Nashville.
What time is it? What time is it? Huh? It's time. It's only 7.
The most interior room.
Just joking. I know what time it is, guys. I just can't believe this actually happened. I've been in a tornado before too, about 20 years ago.
But from other sources
Wow.
that have confirmed this very potent signature on radar. You saw how that
I was in a tornado about 20 years ago.
there. So to give you some storm track on this, Bailey Stem Magnet Middle School, Inglewood School over towards Dalewood, East End Preparatory School. This is closer to the 12:45 time frame. This is still an incredibly powerful storm. We've got a strong hail signature on the north side of it, and then we have the tornadic signature that extends just to the south side of it.
National Weather Service is a tornado watch for the following counties in
Where
Michigan.
this is, as far as
Yeah, right. We're not under a tornado watch.
Madison through Maplewood. This is this general area right here. That's where the hail signature is. Notice how close the radar is. As the storm gets closer to the radar, the signature will likely decrease. That doesn't mean the storm is weakening. It means that the radar just can't see the top of it. When it's very close to it, you can't see it. The tornado threat would be on the south side of this storm. So it would be right here. It's moving very quickly, 50 miles per hour, racing to the east. So here's the storm track on the area of concern for rotation. This is moving towards Hermitage. This is moving towards Opry. 1 1/4 inch hail possible with this through Davidson. Southern portions of Sumner, Wilson. Large, extremely dangerous tornado being confirmed by the National Weather Service. It does not get more real than this. Hear my voice, take action, grab your phone, and get into that lowest, most interior room.
Basement
The
for
greatest
us.
threat for rotation is now on the east side of Davidson County. The hail threat is still upwards of 2 inches. The rotation threat is right here. So it's just now coming very quickly, 50 miles per hour, through East Nashville. Zooming in street level to give you some sense of where exactly this is. Greenwood Avenue, Russell Street, North 14th Street. So this just passed over the 5 Points area and is continuing to race towards the east. Carter Avenue, Greenwood Avenue.
Hey, it's right over there, 7th Street.
Fernwood Drive,
But I live in 3 Rivers, not
absolutely
Nashville.
Racing. Here's a look at tornado threat. Henry has just joined
It's
me
funny.
in the studio. Clearly, our number one priority is everyone here in Middle Tennessee. We want you to know that the folks here at News Channel 5 are also safe. We are making the right decisions, the smart decisions to stay safe while we let you know where this is. This storm system is looking stronger on radar, and it's getting closer to the radar, which is very concerning. Here's a look at, I'm not sure if our cameras have popped back up. If I can walk on and show you this, I can. Okay, great. So right here is where we have the greater hail signature. It's right here as the storm system came through East Nashville. So if you are just joining us, confirmed tornado, large
Okay, guys.
tornado on
In a little
the
bit, guys, we're
ground.
going to take a break. After this, we're going to take a break and play some GTA. Haven't played GTA in a few days, so I'm going to set up real quick.
Across north of Nissan Stadium, moved into East Nashville. This is an incredibly powerful classic hook signature. It's this small appendage that looks like it's wrapping around down on itself. That's where the tornado is. North side of it, we have a significant and very real hail threat. The damage from that is going to be widespread across the area. greatest threat for tornado, for the location of that tornado is, I'm zooming in just a little bit
For this,
higher,
guys, I'm gonna
closer towards Lincoya Hills,
set up the stuff right now.
Dalewood, the Mary Oaks area.
So I hope you guys are
over
happy here
toward
now, 'cause I'm gonna
Neely's
get-
Bend Road, what you see
I'm gonna post some
is
GTA online later.
this notching out ahead of it. That is the inflow that's getting sucked into this storm. So it's this area right here that doesn't look like anything. So the northern flank of this is down. That's causing some downdraft bursts just on the northern flank. This hooks around because the warm moist air is getting wrapped into it, which means the tornado here. This signature is getting bigger. It is getting bigger and it's getting more impressive and it is moving closer to the radar. That means that the storm system is strengthening. Next in the path, so it's coming out of the East Nashville area. Eventually, if this is going to be near Hermitage, probably in the next 2 to 3 minutes, this is going to be closer to the Hermitage area. But back it up, put another storm track on it. Again, 55 miles per hour and racing towards Hermitage, Old Hickory, right around Opry Mills. Power outages are now being reported in East Nashville, Eastland Avenue, Chapel.
I couldn't find a job. I wanted one.
We have started getting the reports
Probably
in
give
to
me a
you.
job. So.
Significant power outages, a number of power flashes. Let's take a look at our Skynet cameras.
Hey guys.
Still power to a good portion. This is Nissan Stadium. You can see what appears to be some emergency responder lights moving down Ellington. That's in the upper left portion of your screen. And as we continue to get those reports in, we are going to bring those to you. Here's a look at that radar. You're still concerned about this tornado. The National Weather Service has expanded that tornado warning. It now stretches through the parts of the Hermitage. And I just want to back this up because
like I said, guys, if we were under a warning, I'd be, keeping an eye on the storm. This is old. This is over a year old. It's so weird how the technology from the 90s to today changed a lot. I mean,
and it's going to pass through Hermitage. It's going to get closer to Old Hickory, eventually towards.
Okay, so I got
now here is the southern part
these videos to do. Then afterwards, do some more videos, then do some games. So yeah,
incredibly damaging wind. A hail threat.
I got some more video. I got some videos I can do. I'm just trying to kill some time. I mean, I got some more videos to do, guys, but I'm gonna play some GTA in a little bit so I can have some fun because I want to shoot some stuff. After that, later tonight, I will upload some more videos and do the Q&A. Right now, I just want to kill some time, though. So, yeah. We'll do a Q&A later on today.
1 a.m. and I wouldn't be surprised if the National Weather Service has to extend this as it moves further to the east.
I hate this one.
Way that we look for that tornado signature. It's in this territory right here. We're going to zoom in and get some street level mapping.
Oh, green, blues, greens, and pinks. Greens, when the greens and reds and pinks are together, we know it's bad.
I mean, look how close this is. The rotation signature, likely the heaviest hail as well. It's about a mile away from the Hermitage area. This is continuing to race towards the east. We'll take a look at the shear.
Fernbrook Lane.
Really see how this picked up as it approached.
Ooh, graphics 3.
So it's these little bullseyes that are.
There's normal graphics we're used to, which is graphics 1.
Northern parts of Davidson County. This is near Bordeaux, and then it crossed.
There's like
right on our back to
happy graphics 3, I think, or 4. Some radars have 2 functions, some have 5.
Towards First Horizon Park, so First Tennessee Park. It looks towards Church Street, or it looks towards Spring Street as you look to the north, and so it passed just north of that, moving due east. So it crossed Nashville just north of Nissan Stadium. That's where you've got 5 Points Pharmacy Burger Restaurant is over there, continuing to move to the east, closer to the Hermitage, the Old Hickory area, and you can see how the core part of the center of circulation is now just.
When I have sex,
then
we'll say, hey,
at least from the lake.
I wish I could have love, but oh well, at least I'm making videos, so that's good enough.
Power outages are now being reported in Hickory Boulevard.
I guess I'll play some GTA later.
In Hermitage. Say that again to me, Jason. This is, say one more time, I-40 at Stewart's Ferry. This is exit 219 in Hermitage.
Wow.
Man, if you know anybody, any of those
NDOT.
driving on the road, I certainly hope.
T-Dot, Tennessee Dot, TN Dot.
Not a storm that you want to be on the road with. Significant damage. Here, we want to take another look. It's important that we want to show you these cameras, but you got to see where the
Here goes bus 7.
biggest concern is. At this point, the greatest area for concern for
Is
rotation is now just southeast of the Hermitage area. The National Weather Service is planning to extend this tornado warning. Mount Juliet, this is on your doorstep. It is moving just north of I-40 very quickly to the east. It is likely possible that this is a significant EF2 or EF3 tornado.
well, it was
that
a
can cause significant damage.
3, I think.
Structural damage, walls coming down. This is not a quick hitter that's going to take some shingles with it. This
It's
is
Michigan, man.
dangerous.
I'm not
It's
watching
moving
it.
through an incredibly
It's
populated
Michigan, man. I'm not
area.
watching him right now.
One of our producers, I'm just reading this information as I'm getting it. He was hit while he
Get
was
multiplier
driving. He
live.
was okay. He and others on the road had to crawl under cars to take shelter as the tornado passed, which is a terrifying story. He is all right. Everyone is all right. So there are already crews that are dispatched. This is a significant, dangerous storm that's moving through the Hermitage area. At this
Cancel.
point, it is just south of the radar, and that is going to cause the radar signature to look somewhat muddled. Don't let this cause a sense of safety here, because this thing is still on the ground. So it came through the Hermitage area, Mount Juliet. It is likely just north of I-40, not by much. It's this area right here that's moving, and it's going to continue to track, likely in between the lake and Old 40. So we're going to zoom in tighter, get you some street level mapping, and get you a sense of where this is. Bottom line, if you are anywhere in Wilson County, eastern parts of Davidson County, down, interior room, it's not just the tornado that's a threat, but the damage that it's done, power lines down. There will likely be considerable debris that folks are going to need to assess and make sure the conditions are safe. The National Weather Service office, so that big blank circle that you see just north as the line comes through, that's the National Weather Service office. It is on Old Hickory Lake. They have debris falling from the sky at the office that has been lofted up in the air by the rotation that is just south. So it's here, right near New Hope Road. We'll start kind of from a big picture. Right here, Old Lebanon, New Hope Road. This rotation, street level, is moving right on top of Eagle Trace Drive, Tanglewood Court, Melvin Road, Chandler Road, Anthony Way, Old Lebanon Dirt Road. This is going to track just north of I-40. Here is a look at the storm track.
You're on my property.
Rotation is again,
I actually hate
real
legal.
significant concern here.
I have legal
that,
reasons.
This could potentially even cross the interstate. So as far as timing on this puts it near Rutland School in 5 to 7 minutes. Puts it into Beckwith School at 105, Silver Springs 105, moving it just north towards Mount Juliet Junior High School in 4 minutes. This storm system, a significant tornado threat. Do not go outside. Make sure you're in that lowest, most interior room. We talk a lot about what that room is. It is a closet on a low level, the bathroom on a low level. Get yourself in the bathtub. Put your hands over the back of your head and cover your head. You don't want to spend much time trying to grab things, but if you can take a blanket or a pillow and put that over the top of your head, it can help protect you from any debris that may happen, or potentially even sometimes the most dangerous thing in these tornadoes is if they pick up, say, fence posts. Those can be shot through the air like projectiles somewhat. And so that's part of the reason why it's important to cover and protect your body as best you can. This is just south of Old Hickory Lake. The rotation likely right along I-40, racing to the east. Here's an updated look at that scan. It's where you see this curving around on itself near Chandler Road. This is coming towards it's paralleling essentially Old Lebanon Dirt Road. Just coming into the Mount Juliet area, it's near the Providence. It's likely going to pass just north of the Providence shopping center. There's also a ton of homes over there. So what you're seeing, to give you some perspective, this is over towards Charlie Daniels Park as well, likely where that center of circulation is. So it's right here, the greatest concern for that tornado. The concentration of small buildings that you see right here, that's the Providence Shopping Center. And so then this stretches just a little further to the north. Charlie Daniels Park is in this general area. That's where the tornado is moving. The hail signature stretches up further north than that. but confirmed powerful tornado on the ground, moving just north of I-40 at 45 miles per hour. Incredibly close to the radar at this point. Here is an updated look at the storm track. This could potentially cross Interstate 24 or Interstate 40 as it moves.
I was going to say it's right near Mount Juliet Elementary School, but even Heather was too, because of course that's her neck of the woods as the storm continues to slide east.
So Lebanon, likely you need to be down in that most interior area. You know someone in the Lebanon area, you tell them to get down. The storm is on their doorstep. The confirmed tornado on the ground. Henry saw it outside. We are inside at this point. The National Weather Service continues that severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning through parts of Wilson County over towards Trousdale. We'll back this up, get another look at it. The tornado signature moving close to Mount Juliet Elementary, and will continue to race off to the east. Debris, metal roofing, not just noted downtown, but near the National Weather Service office as well.
So yeah, and also Bree, just kind of switching over real quick here and backing it back out to give you a view of SkyCam log at radar. I glanced outside to see the damage from the tornado as it moved through here, and I kind of feel like we may be the first ever TV station to take 2 direct hits in history of a tornado. 1998 and now 2020. But that was indeed what just happened today. And there is debris, and there's some metal roofing, and even some signs that I did see around the TV station. From trained spotters around the Hermitage area and Old Hickory Boulevard, reports of what sounded like a train moving over a house as the individual was sheltered behind furniture. So this has become a very active night, a very dangerous night. The only thing that we can really hope for in this right now, aside from people, of course, taking including warnings, is that potentially that this cell that's intensified so rapidly will help take enough energy out of the atmosphere to really kind of give us a little bit more.
Tired.
Bottom line,
4 o'clock.
I
believe these videos and go to bed. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go back to bed.
And we knew this, unfortunately, that it had the potential to intensify as it moved further to the east. That is exactly what it's doing. So this confirmed tornado moved through downtown Nashville. Significant power flashes, power flickering at our own station. There have been reports of debris falling from the sky closer to Old Hickory Lake. I've circled the area that's of greatest concern for possible rotation and added an additional storm track on this. So Lebanon, you are next in line, 112. This is on your doorstep. Lebanon Municipal, we just saw another update with the scan. We're still seeing this very powerful hook signature that's kind of stretched south side of the storm. That's where the greatest concern would be for that tornado threat. So it's right, again, you're seeing this kind of heavy leading edge surge out towards Lebanon, but it's this area right here near Belinda City that would have the greater concern for rotation. It's actually that little blue, pink, or purple area that's just north of I-40 that's flashing as it comes through. You get kind of an updated scan here. This is precariously close to precariously close. The hail signature on the northern flank of this, and the storm system is moving incredibly quickly. So as these updates continue to come around, we'll get some street level mapping of what this storm is doing, where it is, who's under the gun, and where it's going. So this is near East Davidson Street, Rutland Drive,
I'm going to be doing
under
train stuff.
the gun, Hickory
I'm going to
Ridge.
do B stuff. Stuff today or tomorrow.
I know we had a live shot as well, Jason, that you, what, can you tell me again what it is? Downtown Rosa Park. This is of damage. You can see roof damage to the structure. You can hear the warnings going off. That is a brick building, and it appears the second-story walls collapsed in or were knocked over at some point. Significant damage. Now, tell me one more time, Jason. This is near Rosa Parks, downtown. Okay, so this is not far from where Henry first saw that tornado come through. Significant damage to see the second floor wall of a brick building. The roof is
Hermes
gone.
tornadoes. Ever seen the Twister? It's like the shit like that.
He is okay, but also took that direct hit on his way in. But that was about where it was when photojournalist Dan Bono and I began to see the outline of it.
Tornado siren, tornado warnings there. You know, come on. 2006.
We are so excited to welcome NBC to the WRAL family.
And we think you'll like what's happening in the morning.
Start with local news at 4:30, along with the listener's forecast every 10 minutes and Brian's on-time traffic.
Then at 7, stay with the Today Show for national news, big interviews, musical performances, and all-around fun. Start your day with WRAL News.
Then stay with WRAL for today.
Wake up with WRAL News, mornings 4:30 to 7, followed by Today.
With Martin and Joe. WRAL welcomes NBC tomorrow.
Well, WRAL does welcome NBC tomorrow, and we're excited to join forces with a network that produces top-notch coverage of the biggest national stories. NBC News programs, including The Today Show, The Nightly News with Lester Holt, and Dateline are all coming over to WRAL. Also, our 4 p.m. news on Fox 50 is moving to WRAL as well. Now, between now and tomorrow, if you have any questions, you can go to WRAL.com/NBC, where we've got a lot of answers posted there. A missing 14.
Join the Circle of Life at the Lion King.
I'm Lester Holt, and I'm loving getting to know you, North Carolina. You meet Lester? All right. In the Triangle, there's over 121,000 kids in need of food. Change your class.
NBC now is joining the WRAL family.
Lester Holt, all right. But here's a place where people can take it to the next step. There are a lot of smart minds around this area, this triangle, don't you?
You can watch Lester Holt and NBC Nightly News
Right after WRAL News at 6. We think you'll like getting to know him.
The most experienced team of meteorologists in the Triangle. Count on WRAL weather.
The Stars packed the red carpet for the
So very comfortable again. Another gorgeous weather day for us. Something to keep in mind though, tomorrow, because of the warm temperatures, we could start to see that tree pollen getting up into the moderate category. So allergies
IRL.
You might be sneezing a little bit more tomorrow. 70 degrees on Tuesday, partly cloudy skies, so another nice day then. Then Wednesday, our stronger front arrives. We'll have some rain around. Temperatures will be cooler by then, with highs in the upper 50s. And then we'll stay in the 50s through.
If I was to die today, I would be illegible. And I know that for a fact.
I really wouldn't give a shit.
A lot of new small cars have been launched recently, and the producer said that thousands and thousands of people are going to buy them, and that it was our responsibility to test them. Now, frankly, this was a shoulder-sagging moment.
Behind these doors, we had created a masterpiece.
I have a question. Can I contact with you on our channel? Sure. I do a little everything on my channel. Now, I have a question, Mr. Meese. Can we tell me what kind of content? Okay. Can we tell me what kind of content we do? Sure. Well, I do. Ooh. So, yeah.
Obviously does touch under there. That's not a safety feature. There's James's folding arrangement that gets it all down. But it's the back where we're really pleased, because what we've done is we've cut the tailgate in half. So you come back with heavy shopping, you undo all these, takes no more than 5 or 10 minutes. And then
WXMI.
So you can pull the whole thing open and load up the boots.
Winter weather advisory starts now.
Your mortgage. Every time I see you on TV, I smile.
4. She got canned. I said WXMI.
You know, burnout being a key issue, I don't think that I need to tell you that this school year shouldn't even last 15 minutes.
3 to 7 inches.
What it is.
She says, first of all,
For Berrien and Cass County. Where? Berrien, Cass, St. Joseph counties. When? 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. Friday.
Approximately 185 days, 187 days. If we were to extend that, we'd have to deal with those issues.
And as Godfrey Lee Superintendent Kevin Polston says, districts in different areas of the state are dealing with different sorts of learning deficits.
And so when we think about recovery, we want to be careful that we don't just try to.
So they issued it 4 minutes ago.
Back into what is. meaning our system
YouTube.
wasn't great, or students of color wasn't great, or students.
So I don't have to worry about it. I'm not gonna worry about it. All I'm gonna do is take a shower later. I'll play GTA eventually, guys, but I'm just gonna take a shower maybe.
An ever so slight allusion to my filming equipment there, or lack thereof. This
I can look
footage
it up real
is from
quick.
NBC affiliate KDLT in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, dating to 1993.
What time zone is Sioux Falls, South Dakota in?
Doesn't suit any great purpose, but I like it anyway.
Okay.
Sets the mood.
So they're behind us. Okay. What? These.
And it's Ben again from the Oddity Archive. And today we're going to discuss the third regular episode of the archive, the TV sign-offs episode, which, dare I say, is one of my favorite episodes. The circumstances under which it was made were not so great. Of the previous episode, the emergency broadcast salute, I got into a car wreck. Somebody ran the light and right into me, totaled my car, and I wasn't terribly injured, but I was bruised up a bit. And I'm surprised this episode came out as well as it did on the narration front, because I remember just kind of hunching over and clutching my sternum in pain making this, or as close as you can get to clutching your own sternum. This episode marks the introduction of the old intro, usually with the cardboard box with the picture of some celebrity on the bottom of it. I'm not sure why I did Tom Cruise there. It was trying to convince somebody I was cute or something. But after a while, they started to have more to do.
I can't wait Tom Selleck's from Michigan.
Or I do an album cover. It just depends on the topic. For instance, let's discuss that long-lost late night. I think the injury in part led to this episode having a much different flavor than the first two episodes. Not that it wasn't already going to have kind of a different tone to it. I mean, it's sign-offs, it's late night, you're supposed to be tired, and it's supposed to be a little more low-key. But the injury made it even more so, and it wound up being in direct contrast to the first two episodes, which were a lot more energetic and kind of spastic. And the unintentional upshot of that was that not only did it work for this episode, but I wound up really liking it, and I decided to just kind of run with it. I mean, maybe not quite as low-key as this, but...
I mean, Ben does some pretty good work. I mean, I wish I was kind of quick. I wish I could do what Ben does, but nope. I can't do what Ben does because Ben knows what he's doing. Do I? No. I can't survive. I can't do what Ben does because Ben knows what he's doing. Me, I just for fun, and I don't know how to do anything. Yeah, I would like to own a company. I like to learn how to do. I wish I had proper equipment to do my own animation. Heck, I'd do a cartoon right now. A couple of them. Do you actually do that one cartoon I'm working?
Did you steal my Cheetos?
Until which one starts?
But I caught you at the counter. Wasn't me. Saw you snacking on the sofa.
I need to work on that. One of these days, guys, I need to get some decent equipment and work on my cartoon I wanted to work on a while back. Something that has to do with somebody named Armin and Paws. Wait, you actually working on that? I'd be able to take that. Working on that thing I was working on, yeah. Then I get sued by, no, it wouldn't sue you. It was your idea a while back. So you told me. But you first saw Utopia, and then eventually you had the idea for it. Then you had the idea way before Beastars even Beastars even existed. Oh yeah, right. So technically, if I did make it, I can't get sued by them. Besides, the characters are wearing sweaters all the time. They wouldn't be wearing sweaters, but they'd all go to. Michael would suck. Sorry, heart. I wish I had big feet. They're so smart. Yeah, put on YouTube and everyone goes nuts. Yeah, 4 years old, almost $2 billion. Cops got mad, yeah. 4.4 bill. 4.4 million. Fuckles.
That kind of hurt, but I still love you to pieces. I have 100 Minecraft mods and 100 players. These 100 contestants can build whatever they want, and whoever builds the coolest, most epic thing, I'll buy it for them. Let's go. Sounds expensive. If you build a Honda Civic, I'll buy you a Honda Civic. Okay? You build 10 gaming computers, I'll buy you 10 gaming computers. Whatever the coolest thing built is, I'll pay for. And also that dream guy's here. Hello. 3, 2, 1, begin!
I'd build a house.
All right, they're all in their plots. I'm already seeing a lot of black concrete. I feel like that's going to be like gaming laptop, probably. I'm going to go join their Discord and yell at them. All right, attention everybody. Whoever builds the coolest thing, I will buy it for you.
I build Mr. Beast, go get my own.
What is this? See, the thing is, if this guy wins, I won't even know what to buy him. Ooh, someone's building a guitar. All right, guys, comment down below if you don't think it's a guitar. Oh, this guy's building a diamond ring. Ooh. What if he uses it to propose? That might make me, vote for him. A good old sob story.
This guy just wants a dining room table, apparently. That's all he wants.
It's an IKEA table. This is going to be a great video. There is literally 100 people building right now. This is going to be so insane. Jimmy, come look at this. I don't even know what to buy him if he wins. It says Carl. It has a C on it and a K in it. Oh, what? I have to let him use Carl for a day? That's fair. Is that what people think Carl is?
Yeah, we're building McDonald's and we want $20,000 worth of McDonald's. Okay, we got this. Chandler, we're going to win for sure. This is already looking like McDonald's.
As of right now, it looks like they just want dirt.
Why are they looking at it?
Remember the last episode where I said the guy built something that said bruh and meme and then just left?
Yeah.
He did it again. He built bruh meme and then just left. He didn't want 10 grand. He doesn't want a random item. He just wants to troll. And you got to respect it. I love this guy.
Chris.
Yes. If this video right here gets 1 billion likes, I will do everything in my power to have Dream versus Techno in a 1v1, and I will put up $100,000 to give to whoever wins. Do it. We have to know who's better, Dream or Techno.
I built a building, yeah. Subbed.
Please like the video.
Not even a competition for Dream. Okay, so Dream, if I put up $100,000, you'll fight Techno.
Depending on the circumstances, but almost definitely yes. It has to be the new competition.
Oh my god. So what if we got them that the wireless router that looked like the PlayStation? He's putting it up there so we know 100%. Add in your Abyss. What's up, Abyss?
Trying to make a monitor. It's called the Penta monitor, It's pretty cool.
The base is looking really good so far, man. I like it. I love you, Abyss. This person's building your car. If he wins, he's gonna run me up. That's gonna be expensive. Alright, what's up, a typical pup? What kind of car is this?
I'm just searched up Honda Civic just because Tesla is probably way too expensive.
Usually I roast contestants, but genuinely, I hope you win, and I want to buy you a car.
Thank you.
Is he gone?
I'm sorry.
That's gotta go in. Hey, Dream, you're right. It is a guitar.
Yeah, I'm a genius.
Oh, dude, look at the strings on it. That's so cool. Meanwhile.
McDonald! So look at the talking bed.
What are you guys building?
I guess you'll find out.
You haven't built anything yet.
It's the foundation.
All right, well, I don't get it.
No!
I'm doing this until you get a hint. What's a hint?
Okay. It's food related.
Okay. That's all you had to say. This
wasn't building a table. He wants a gaming setup too. There's a lot of gaming setups here. Hey Jimmy, this build's gonna be expensive if it wins. Look at all these diamonds you gotta buy.
So he literally just laid a bunch of diamonds, and then he just left. What is wrong with you?
He was like, all right, that'll do.
That'll win.
That'll give Mr. Beast enough content.
We gotta buy a panda, dog.
Joe Exotic got you, bud. This guy just wants a glass of Pepsi. I feel like we can all respect that.
Is it a glass of Pepsi? Or does he want a 55-gallon drum of Pepsi? Hey, Chris, it's just one normal can. We should let this guy win so we can save a lot of money. I just have to buy him a $1 can. Dude, can you give me an address to send you stuff? And can I make a giant care package just full of dumb things and send it to you?
I do have a P.O. box.
Comment down below what I should put in Dream's care package. I'm going to buy a giant box filled with stupid stuff. I'm gonna
Comment $1 million. Comment $1 million. Everybody just comment, send Dream $1 million.
Comment baloney. Let's send a drum of baloney.
We sent him a box just full of mayonnaise.
It's just in the box, in the cardboard.
Yeah.
Ew.
This guy wants VR. Look, he's building like a VR set and he's playing it and showing you how happy he would be in it.
This guy is a genius. He built 1 Bitcoin.
Oh.
That's like 10K.
That is actually pretty creative. Wait a minute. This guy went over the limit. This guy went outside the boundaries. We don't tolerate cheaters. Goodbye.
Oh.
His final words.
This is his.
Wow.
Oh wow, that's a low price. What?
Ooh, that's a low price.
You're so good at low prices.
Yeah.
That's a low price.
No, low price.
I'm nice.
Low price. That's a low price.
Look at this one. Sub to H. Sub to the H&M headquarters. H.
His final goodbye.
I'm gonna see what everybody else is up to, okay? Oh, this gaming PC is water cooling with actual water. Oh, this guy made an Oculus Rift.
Are you just gonna send this guy a boat if he wins?
Yeah.
Oh, this guy, I know what's coming next. He's making a briefcase full of money.
I can send him a briefcase full of money.
Oh, this guy's building our merch. He wants our merch.
Land, Jacob.
Oh, this guy wants college. What a loser.
Imagine having to compete in a Minecraft contest to pay for your college. That's how you know college is way too expensive. What's up, Ish?
It started as a joke, but I'm really trying to get this Prius now.
Yeah. I remember from the store video in this clip.
Thank you. I would like a Prius, please. Thank you.
Hopefully you can one day win a Prius on our channel.
I'm going for it, man. I'm going for it.
We're probably like the only channel on YouTube where it would become a meme for us to buy someone a car. I'm going to go check in on Chandler and Carl again.
15 minutes left.
Oh, you're building a McDonald's. So if you win, I have to buy you a McDonald's restaurant.
You guys want a franchise?
Yeah, baby. Okay, leave us alone. We gotta work.
There's only 15 minutes left.
Okay, then leave us alone.
The challenge is coming to a close. We have like 1 or 2 minutes left. Just look at it. Look at all the crazy stuff everyone built. Attention, everybody! The time is now up. Judging shall begin. Make sure you're standing near your project. Good luck, everybody. Only one of you will win.
Who is this? Get away! Why is Jimmy here?
He can't build anymore. The challenge is now over, and we will begin rating. We'll start with this one. Mr. Beast, 100 million subscribers. I don't know how you buy 100 million subscribers next. Wait, what is this? Is this 2 lifesavers?
At least he knows what he wants.
Electricity bill, more unfund payments, rent, vet bill.
It looks like the car I drew when I was in K5.
Ooh, is this a golden Apple Watch?
Ooh, this guy's got it right.
I'll give him a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
4. Next. This show what a house. I think the house is pretty cool. I'm gonna give it a 6.
Does it even qualify?
I mean, like, what are we gonna buy him?
We'll buy him a house. What am I not, Mr. Beast?
All right, I'm calling your bluff. 10.
10.
All right, well, it's only 26.
Let's make Jimmy go bankrupt.
This one took some effort. So he's got big chair, big PC, big keyboard.
Triple monitor setup.
I give it a 9.
Really nice. I'm gonna give it a 9 as well.
I'll give it a 7. It's pretty good.
You just want me to have to buy the house.
Look, Dream, come here. The mouse even has buttons on it. Look, and it's got the side buttons too.
All right, this guy built the boat.
Hey, Jimmy, I ship it. Get it? I'm standing on a ship.
I give it a 1 out of 10. What do you guys do?
1 out of 10. All right.
What? Pretty good. I'll give it a 7.
All right, so this guy's all over the place. He wants a PC, a dime to bring gold parts, cash, and an iPhone.
Yeah, the next one's amazing. They came back and put Brumming Gang.
Next.
All right.
This is pretty cool.
This
It's a pinball game.
Pinball machine. I like what he did with the cobwebs. His piece time. I'll give him a 9.
I'll give him an 8. I think it's pretty cool, actually.
6. You just ruined his chance.
But look at the inside. Look at the inside. There's not that much in there.
Hey, they're still building, even though
They're cheating.
They're cheating. Disqualified. I'm gonna ban them both. Sorry.
Ban them. No! Stop! No! There you go, ban it. Show us our score. Yo! What the heck? Why?
Okay, this is a little creative. He pivoted the road to his car.
Oh, so he can like drive out.
All right, I'm giving him an 8 out of 10.
I'll give him a 7 out of 10.
I'm gonna rate it a 9.
Still not in first place. Next.
Is it not? Oh man.
The creeper isn't finished. 10 out of 10. What do you rate?
10 out of 10.
It's not 1 out of 10. It's not even
Okay.
finished.
Thank God we have Tree as a voice service in here.
I'm a big RV fan. 10 out of 10.
I give it an 8. It's pretty good.
Honestly, I give it a 9. I like the scenery with the RV. That's 27 points. Now this RV is actually in first place.
All right, good. You don't have to buy a house now.
I hope he can at least drive. So this is the Prius. He never did anything with the ground, but
He's got this guy hanging out the windows surfing.
Honestly, I give it a 10.
I'm gonna give it a 9. Could have used a little bit more detail.
I'll give him an 8.
Turkey! Get off my swamp!
Get here, be swoop.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Next.
This guy wants his college paid for.
I'm gonna say 10.
I rate it a 9.
What I like about this boat is it's original. He didn't steal this from the internet, so I'll give him a 9. So as of right now, if no one else is better, this dude's college tuition is paid for. This gaming setup is amazing. Let's read the signs first. I built this for me and my homies. GG if I lose though. Love from Lithuania.
He wants gaming setups for the boys.
We only gave him an out, and this is pretty good. So I'm gonna give him a 10 out of 10.
I'm gonna give him a 9.
Chris, your rating decides if he and the boys get computer.
I don't like this pressure.
10 is for the boys! For the boys! Yo,